Slimbridge in Gloucestershire, headquarters of the Wild Fowl and Wetland Trust, and home to well over 150 different species of ducks, geese and swans. It is also a major tourist attraction, and is just one of 9 such centres which can be found throughout the United Kingdom. 1946 is the year that the Wildfowl Trust was registered as a charity by the late Sir Peter Scott. From the observation towers, one has an excellent view of some of the many lakes home to many swans. The mute swan is the most common of all swans to be found here. Swans and geese are closely related, and they are long-lived. The sexes are similar, and they pair for life. The birds seen here fly into Slimbridge from afar, as they know they will be safe and well fed. In spring most depart to raise their young. The family then stays together for the first year. Preening to keep feathers in a good condition is an important and endless task. Although capable of foraging for plants in deep water, this visitor with some corn is a welcome sight, and soon he is surrounded by birds seeking a change in their diet. With their long necks, the pond bottom is searched for some extra nutrition. Swans swimming present a peaceful and graceful sight, but there's something special in their flying, with that incredible and unforgettable sound of their wings, which can span almost 7 feet. They are amongst the heaviest flying birds in the world. Rivers too are their home, and this family with recently hatched cygnets takes to the water. Although single brooded, as many as 12 eggs can be laid, but 4 to 7 are more usual. Incubation takes 5 to 6 weeks, and both parents tend to the young, who will remain with their parents until the next breeding season. And yet another family, seen here in a quiet backwater at Llanelli Centre in southwest Wales. With their dignity and grace, it is easy to understand why they are amongst the most popular birds in the country. In complete colour contrast to the white mute swans, we have the black swans, which are normally to be found in Western Australia. They are not all black, as they have white primary and secondary feathers, which are very obvious when in flight. Like mute swans, underwater plants and shoreline grasses form part of their diet. They choose their mates when 2 to 3 years old, following an elaborate courtship display. As with all swans, the male is known as the cob, and the female is known as the pen. It's approaching midsummer, and this parent attempts to make itself comfortable on its clutch of eggs, possibly not for much longer. This family are still together, even though the cygnet is almost the same size as the parent birds. Normally cygnets would hatch in spring, but this little group were filmed in January. Perhaps the mild winter weather then had encouraged the parents to mate. It's not only at wetland centres where we discover black swans. These form part of a collection of wild fowl at Dumbleton Hall, where they appear to have settled in and made themselves at home. No prizes for guessing the name of these birds. Yes, they are black-necked swans, whose homeland is South America. Although it is the largest of the waterfowl there, it is actually the smallest of the swan species, in spite of an almost 6-foot wingspan. Like our mute swan, they are also silent. They tend to be found in freshwater marshes and lagoons. In the breeding season, 4 to 6 eggs are laid. In winter, in their homeland, they migrate north from Argentina to Paraguay and southern Brazil. In 2004 and 2005, disaster struck when pollution from a pulp mill in Chile wiped out a complete reserve. Only 4 birds survived out of a population of approximately 5,000. Their deaths were due to a high level of iron and other metals which contaminated their food. In Argentina, the Laguna Blanca National Park is a protected home. They are also to be found in the Falkland Islands. Although, like most swans being plant eaters, they are always ready for a supplement to their diet. So, when feeding time arrives and corn and maize are to be had, they soon join in the general melee and are free for all. Good manners seem to be forgotten by all concerned. With the disaster in Chile in mind, it is reassuring to know that thanks to the work of the Wildfowl Trust, we are still able to see these swans, and possibly some may be returned to South America to help increase their numbers once more. The Buick, Europe's smallest swan, a sure sign that winter has come. In normal conditions, these swans will arrive in mid-October at wetland reserves and stay until late February. The distinctive yellow mark on the bill helps in identifying individual birds. Here, in England, they are most likely to be found in East Anglia, Lancashire, the Wash, and the Severn Basin. They normally breed in Siberia, and so they fly some thousands of miles to overwinter here. A good way to see and enjoy the birds is at feeding time from the warmth and comfort of the hide. Dave Painter, one of the many Slimbridge wardens, tells us about the many varieties and species found here, including the Buicks. There is great rivalry for the food, but they seem to be more than capable of holding their own. The largest swan to be found here is the trumpeter. They can be up to 6 feet long, weigh up to 26 pounds, and a wingspan of almost 10 feet. Normally to be found in Alaska, the northwest and central states of the USA. The birds often mate for life, and the 3 to 10 eggs, measuring 3 inches wide by 4.5 inches long, are incubated by the female for 5 weeks. It is not unusual for the birds to choose the same nest site for successive years. These cygnets, grey when hatched, take about 1 year to achieve the white plumage. In the 19th and 20th centuries, they were hunted for game and their feathers. In feeding, they upend in a similar fashion to mute swans. When the winter weather approaches, the swans fly in large V-flock formations to overwinter on the Pacific coastline. One of Sir Peter Scott's many ambitions in establishing the Wildfowl Centre was to raise awareness of the importance, variety and wonder of wetland birds. I believe that the swans have helped achieve that aim. Long may they and all the other wildfowl continue to do so.